Hey everyone, welcome to the Quick Draw with the Ornery Opinions folks over here. I'm Mike, formerly known as @Ornery Young Guns. With me are my co-hosts John @Kamadi Hidioku, and the very lovely co-host slash producer Kelly @Blue Fox Assassin. I don't know why she puts up with us. I really don't.
It's hard.
That's a royal us. I should be very clear. And by the way, it's hard. That's what she said.
I knew you were trying to get one of those in there somewhere.
That's also what she said.
I gotta stop talking now.
I can work with that.
Your voice is sexy. I can't. Anywho,
so this is gonna be a fun Christmas holiday episode, since why not? Because you're not going to hear from us in a month after this, and then it's going to be new and improved and shiny.
No, seriously, it is. Wait, never mind. I thought there was a joke there somewhere.
So apologies to our audience that were expecting a serious show with a really cool guest. Unfortunately,
we fooled the fuck out of you people.
Suckers!
I hit it right. I called this show Borderline Madness, and I feel I did pretty good. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Still gonna be.
Well, unfortunately, our guest had a bit of a family emergency, so best of luck to him. He's in our thoughts and prayers. We'll definitely reschedule and have him back on. But so whatever, it's gonna be Christmas movies, and you guys are gonna see what an absolute fucking Scrooge I am. I want to like Christmas. I really want to like Christmas. What's not to like, right?
Yeah, I don't really.
I went Christmas shopping. The thing is I went Christmas shopping today,
right?
Which kind of goes against my principles. Like I'm the kind of person that thinks that if you're Christmas shopping at any time from today to the rest of the week, you're an asshole. Okay? Christmas did not sneak up on you, right? So unless you're like me, where you've got like a newborn and a 2-year-old and you're busy as fuck, but that wasn't the case here. This was like little old people that don't even work. Like, come on. All right? You could have gotten your Christmas shopping done a month ago. You could have gotten...
Oh, please. Those people have their Christmas shopping done in like January. Follow next year.
I wish. No, I seriously, I really wish they would get their shit done. I mean,
until eventually you're shopping pretty much at New Year's. Are you shopping on Christmas Day for the next Christmas?
Yeah, it's like shopping for Halloween. It's like buying candy after Halloween. You get all the great deals afterwards, right?
Well, it's like Black Friday. It just gets earlier and earlier every year to the point where it's going to be like, yeah, Black Friday. That's
another thing that pisses me off.
but. You know, honestly, also though, because this is the last one of the year, also this kind of has to have a year in review ring. Honestly.
And what?
Okay, a year in review. Okay, see, this is why John is smarter than you.
Yeah, if you're, that's not the only. It's really not the only reason. Okay, if you're in the chat room and you wanna give us a grade.
Oh dear God.
Before you do, maybe we should ask Kelly if she'll like flash the camera or something.
Oh, you're
Maybe we should ask you if you'll flash the camera.
Well, all right. I mean, let me.
Do you want to take bets?
Hey, we got.
They're gonna be a poll, like
got a little spike in viewers after that comment.
Like, who wants to, who do they most want to see naked? Except for the fact that again, we already know what the answer that'll be. So.
John!
That was my vote.
Fine, I guess that's not where I was going with that. Anywho.
I'm going to get the tassels out. Woo! Christmas tassels.
I'm being modest. That's why I'm wearing a dark colored shirt. That way you can't tell it from my skin in this light. So but,
you know, speaking of Christmas, I can't find any decent Christmas movies on Netflix this year.
Are we talking, when you say decent, does that mean anything not Hallmark?
Oh, they went full Hallmark this year. Like there is nothing good.
I can't relate to this conversation because I don't have the Hallmark channel.
You're not missing out on much. It's like, I swear to God, after Thanksgiving, I hate going to my mom's house because that's all that's ever on. She gets mad. She gets pissed.
I hope she's not watching this. Sorry, Mom.
She gets pissy with me if I come visit and I'm like, "Ugh, can I change this, please?" She gets mad. She gets really,
That's right. I
really
would
mad.
get mad too.
I'm like, it's the same fucking formula every movie. If you've seen one Hallmark movie, you've seen them all.
Does she watch soap operas?
I don't know, but I bet she's one of those 53 people that watch Snow Prince every day.
What's worse, I literally I don't even watch TV anymore these days. I'm starting to realize just how little TV I watch. Like literally, all my watching is Netflix and
Yeah, that's what I watch too.
And YouTube and me marathoning shows I've already seen because I have ritual shows that I watch every year. And this time around, because I'm a huge Marvel fan, so that being the case, I've been marathoning the Netflix Marvel shows. So I'm just about done with Iron Fist. I watched
Except Iron Fist, that one sucked.
Both seasons of Daredevil, which I loved. Jessica Jones, which all right, I liked it well enough, and Luke Cage, which I loved way more than I thought I was gonna like.
Wasn't it good? Isn't it amazing?
I've not seen it.
I thought it was going to piss me off so much, me of all people, because as
No.
soon as I know black character, I'm like, oh crap.
No. They took some surprising turns with that. I was like genuinely impressed by how they.
Cage, but I loved Luke Cage a great deal. That show was just wonderful.
Kelly, you and I are going to marathon it, all right?
And then Iron Fist, I liked it more than most. I'm liking Iron Fist. I've got like 2 episodes left, and then it's on to the Defenders.
I think Iron Fist is the weakest entry in those series. I was not impressed.
I'll give it.
Defenders was very good. It was in my opinion, it was too short.
Yeah, it's only
Iron Fist was too long. That was.
It's the same length as
They should have just redistributed some of those episodes from Iron Fist over to Defenders.
But that's just it. That's how I watch TV nowadays. I don't really watch TV. Like I don't have for one thing, believe it or not, I own a TV. I have not turned it on in the last year. I mean,
See, I've been watching more TV. I used to be like it used to be my vices or my unwind time was either reading books or playing video games, and now I'm doing it or tweeting at assholes.
Hey,
now I do all 3 of those things last, and I'm just binge watching on Netflix. Which have you seen the trailer for the show Bright?
Yeah, like Forever. Of course I have. It's got Will Smith in it.
It looks amazing. I'm so excited to see this.
I've been watching out for that like forever, and I'm like, come on.
That's next Friday, right? So
I have no idea. I've just been watching it for like a year.
So does that make it a Christmas movie like Die Hard?
That was what
I don't know.
Die Hard, a Christmas movie.
Is
people I know agree that it is. I will agree that it is. I don't. I see no reason for it not to be. So. Right up there with Home Alone, which I got to be honest,
I love that movie.
Home Alone is Home Alone is definitely a Christmas.
Yeah, that's a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas time.
I have mixed feelings.
I don't. That's such a like low bar to. Okay, now here's the real question: is Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Or is it a Halloween movie?
It's a Christmas movie.
Kind of, it's hybrid, right? It's both. But then again, I play Kingdom Hearts. It's not like I care. It's just like the.
That's a great game. That's a very good game.
So you play Kingdom Hearts, and it's just like, yep. So it is whatever it wants to be, basically.
I actually got some friends of mine to play that in college. So that didn't play video games because they were girls, and I convinced them to play that. And like halfway through Kingdom Hearts 2, spoiler alert for any of you who've not played this game that's like 20 years old. When like Goofy dies, or you think he's dead, like they were bawling. I was like, Goofy's dead! Oh my god! Like they're so into this game. And Kelly's looking at us like, you fucking nerds.
Pretty much. I'm.
Nerds and geeks. That's true. Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know why she puts up with us.
I'm starting to question my sanity right now, to be honest.
No, because
there's no question. We know you're insane. That wasn't ever.
Okay, I'm starting to question your sanity.
Why?
Again, I repeat myself. There was never any question as to whether I was insane.
I was gonna say I don't see the. Well, I guess am I the most sane person here? I
Probably, yeah.
I think that's a safe
but
assumption.
That's not a very high bar to set. But
right, there we go. I was gonna say so. So honestly,
You're Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Let's put it that way.
I can live with that. Or like what? Or are we sure we can't go with The Shining?
or whatever. The other Shining.
No, I think that's
fine.
I think Here's Johnny is me here.
You can't put the
And poor Kelly is Jack Nicholson's wife. Who played that?
I'm fucking
Sherry
Jack
Duvall.
Nicholson in
You're Sherry
As Good
Duvall.
as It Gets.
I suppose Jack Nicholson and Batman. Who's that? Is that anyone here? One of the iterations of the Joker.
I really feel like I'm Jack Nicholson in As Good as It Gets. That's me.
I've not seen that one. Is that a Christmas movie?
No, but neither
No.
are the other Jack Nicholson ones you mentioned. So
I was looking. I wanted to watch The Muppets Christmas Carol because I think that's a
good one.
That's one of the best renditions of the Christmas Carol. I think the only one that I liked better was a Disney one where Scrooge was actually played by Scrooge McDuck and Mickey Mouse is Bob Cratchit. It's like from the 80s or 90s. It was great. I watched that like religiously when I was a kid.
I don't know. I'm a hardcore. Like my dad always watches the black and white one.
That's a good one.
He does that. Yeah. So I'm totally traditional on that one.
I also like the musical, the one where like at the very end it has the funeral song. Thank you very much.
I just
no.
I want the no. I don't know that.
That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me.
The one with
thinking about him dying.
The one that Scrooge is played by Patrick Stewart. That.
Ooh.
I haven't seen that one in years.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That would be a good one because it's Patrick Stewart.
I'm up for it. So like yeah, Patrick Stewart's awesome. Plus the guy doesn't age. What the hell's up with that?
There's an amazing like my all-time favorite Christmas movie is one that was actually filmed around here, and it's called One Magic Christmas. And you haven't seen it, find it and watch it, and get Kleenex because it's really sad. But it's really good. But it's filmed in where I grew up and in the surrounding area. So there's like you can see like my hometown and everything is really cool.
Oh, nice.
So we can basically what you're saying is we can watch this movie to stalk you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sold.
Stalk you.
All right.
There we go.
Winner, chicken dinner.
No, it's a really good movie. It's got one of my like you know how like some Santas are better than others in movies. Like this Santa's like legit. When I remember watching this movie when I grew up, and I was like convinced that was the Santa Claus. Like he's perfect.
My mom said that about the mall, the mall Santa that we had growing up in Florida. She's like, if Santa's real, that's the real Santa. I had to break it. I was the one that had to break it to my mom that. Nope.
Were you?
Don't hurt.
I'm not. I didn't say anything. I'm not saying. Somebody has to be.
Yeah. No wonder she's gonna adopt me. Like her son is like just being mean all over the place.
She's probably gonna give you like my share of the inheritance. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
You get all my Star Wars books.
Oh, God will be happy.
I'm turning out to be, as I get older, I'm turning out to be a real Scrooge during Christmas, just because some of it's the commercialism. I don't like the gimme and the mobs to buy presents and stuff and shit for really cheap. Like that just irritates me to an extent. But I don't. People just become assholes. Like it's like that's not the point of Christmas. Christmas is not for you to become an asshole over stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be like good tidings and cheer and peace on earth and goodwill towards men. Like not, hey, you buddy, get the fuck out of my way. I got to get this deal on this toy for my kid. Like
not to mention, every year seems to have that inexplicably popular toy. Like you remember Tickle Me Elmo? Of course.
Like last year was Hatchimals. Do you remember? This is good. Did you guys see those Hatchimals?
Oh,
they're like an egg, and you like, I don't know, you talk to it or something, and it, like some sort of weird animal comes out.
So it's like a mix between a Furby and a Tamagotchi?
Yeah, and except for it's like in a real egg, and it hatches and everything, and while it's in the egg, it actually learns, and so they weren't hatching, and so parents, the little Hatchimals were coming out swearing because parents were like, for fuck's sakes. And so the little Hatchimals were coming out.
You like Skynet, folks? This is
because it's like a little a fuzzy animal.
This is like the start of some horror movie.
I know. So exactly. And so like last year, they were like selling for like hundreds of dollars, and you couldn't get them for the life of you, and whatever. And now like they can't, like there's like marked at like way down, like $60-$70, and last year they were selling for over 100.
So maybe
like it's crazy.
Maybe it was 2 Christmases ago, but the inexplicable toy that I remember, it's probably because I was still working at Walmart, and the thing we couldn't keep on the shelves for anything was that stupid pie face game. And I looked.
I have that. It's actually pretty fun.
It's family-friendly Russian roulette. That's what it is.
It's awesome. It's hilarious.
That's what it is.
You can't go wrong with that game.
In it, click it and see if it hits me in the face with a pie. It's Russian roulette except for the pie. That's all it is. So it's like, honestly, I don't understand why this is so popular. I mean,
have you played it?
Like, no, but still.
Oh no, it's hilarious. Like, okay, so it's basically okay.
You don't know that game?
What is it called?
Pie face.
Pie face.
It's a thing. Okay, so it's basically a little thing.
I think I know what you're talking about, though.
It's like a whipped cream thing on a catapult-looking thing, and you stick your face in it, click the handle, and if you don't get hit in the face,
I have seen it. Okay, I have. That
we own that game, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty fun. Like,
see, we play cutthroat board games in my family. Like, do not play Monopoly or Risk with my dad. You will cry. I mean that literally.
You're saying like Cards Against Humanity, not a good idea.
No, Cards Against Humanity is fine. I don't think I've tried to explain Cards Against Humanity to my dad, and I just get this like 1,000-yard stare with a few blinks. Like,
that's okay. You should try explaining Glory Hole to your aunt.
I'll pass on that one. She probably knows. Actually, my aunt's kind of.
No, I had to.
She's kind of
explained to mine.
Am I misunderstanding what you're talking about? Is there a game called that?
Oh, you've never played Cards Against Humanity?
Oh my God, we need to get you this.
Cards Against Humanity. You said Glory Hole.
Glory Hole.
Talking about
it's not well. It's a bit of surprise.
It's a hole.
I guess it's kind of like whack-a-mole if you think about it.
And there's a pussy on the other side if you're lucky.
It's like kinky whack-a-mole.
I would not risk that at all because of the whacking part. Anywho,
but no, I've tried explaining Cards Against Humanity to my dad, and he just like he looks at me, blinks it for a few times, and then asks, "What's the point?" Because to my dad, there's no point to a game unless you can absolutely crush your opposition. It's like, how do you win? It's like, what's the point? It's like, the point is to be as perverse and obnoxious as possible. Nobody cries. Nobody cries. I'm like, well, first of all, Dad, if you want to play Cards Against Humanity and make someone cry, do what I did. Play it at BYU with the Mormons. That's how I separated the cool Mormon kids from the not cool Mormon kids. Is we'd invite, the wife and I would have them over. It was one of my best friends. One of my best friends from college. He introduced it to me, and so we'd invite him over, of course. So he and his best friend, who was also another best friend of mine, we'd bring that game over. Those two, because once you got those two riled up, there was no stopping them. And then we bring out people that we wanted to hang out with and kind of like see if they were cool or not. And we had two extreme reactions. One was just like gut busting, laughing, and having a good time. Like, okay, we can hang out with these guys. And the other was like. This is very uncomfortable. This is very inappropriate.
Yes, that's the point.
I'm like, yes, but it's funny.
See, and that's it. It's one of those things. It's where, where something can be funny because it's inappropriate, and there's so many people I know where it's like, well, no, it's inappropriate. That's the point. It's supposed to be inappropriate. Cards Against Humanity that's the point. If it's not inappropriate, you're playing it wrong.
That one and Munchkin. That's another fun one.
Ooh, I love that game. I was gonna say.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons meets Cards versus Humanity. It's hilarious.
It's a semi-cooperative, semi-competitive game. It's basically cooperative early on, but as you get late into the game, it becomes cutthroat. Like.
It's really funny, actually. Another good one, if you guys are looking for Christmas presents still, which means you're an asshole, I'm going to help you out so that you be less
There's
of an
still
asshole.
like 10 days left. Stop.
No, I don't care.
Or something.
Okay, no. The next week is supposed to be like getting ready for Christmas weekend, so that you're not that asshole that goes into the store Christmas Eve and be like, oh my God, I forgot to buy my kid something.
I'm broke.
Oh well, congratulations! You're now going to be preyed upon by sales reps who are just like seeing dollar signs, like you sucker, 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 sucker.
I care.
Maybe that was just me.
I care as little about Christmas presents as I do about birthday presents. I gotta be.
I don't know. I like getting presents. I like getting what I asked for. Nothing pisses me off. Nothing pisses me off more than when people like ask me for a list. Like, what do you want for Christmas? Give me a list. And I give them a list. I try to be reasonable. Like, I might put a few high price items there just to see if I get lucky, but I don't expect anything like super expensive. Like, I'll always ask for like an EOTech holographic scope to put on my rifle. And those things are like $400. I'm not expecting that. I will never get one of those as long as I ask them. But you never know. People ask for a list, I'll give it to them. But I'll put other things there like, give me a gift card for Steam or for iTunes. I can buy my favorite games and shit. No, I don't want to do that. That's so impersonal. Well, then why the fuck do you going to ask me what I want if you're not going to give me what I want? Like, what? It's not like you can't. And the excuse isn't like, well, that's too expensive. I can't afford it. The excuse is, I don't want to buy that for you. It's like, bitch, you ain't buying the gift for you. You're buying it for me. Give me what I want. This isn't about you. This is about me.
The gift card for iTunes, though.
It's like I'll ask for gifts. Sometimes I'll ask for things. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Okay, well, just give me a gift card and I'll buy what I want. I don't want to give you a gift card. That's just so impersonal. You know what's really impersonal? Not buying me what I fucking want because you don't like it. That's really fucking impersonal.
But
I mean, I'll throw in like books. Like, give me, okay, I'm reading this book series. Give me the books to that series. Or like, I don't know, it took me forever. It took me years and years and years of asking every year for Christmas to just buy me ammunition. I need this caliber, this grain for this rifle or this gun. Just buy me that. I don't want to get you gun stuff. It's Christmas. That's not very Christmassy. It is because I'm going to shoot the reindeer that ran over Grandma. Okay, it's Christmas revenge.
Does anybody spend their Christmas at the range? Because that would be fun. I think it'd be a nice family trip, right?
I like outdoor ranges, so I wouldn't want to go in the winter.
Oh, well, screw that. No.
Because that's nature.
I know I like outdoor ranges on a nice spring day or even
on a nice
day,
20-degree day
out in the summer. Yeah, not 20 degrees Fahrenheit. No.
You like the outdoors. That's the thing.
I like controlled outdoors.
Oh, okay, well then you're good.
Like the range I go to is in Brighton. It's called Colorado Clays. I am plugging so many things today. Merry Christmas, you fuckers. Like Colorado Clays. I actually went there with some friends from Twitter. So we had a lot of fun. But it's semi-outdoor. So the clay range where you can rent shotguns and shoot clay pigeons, that's pretty much outdoor with a canopied
I would suck at that.
Desk. I've never tried it, and I probably would too. Like I'd generally be afraid of where my buckshot's going. Then there's an indoor-ish range, so it's like a little shack.
There's an outdoor-ish range and an outdoor-ish range.
Because sure, you be quiet. It's got a shack. If you go inside and it's a shack, but then the actual range part is outside. There's no roof or anything. It's just walls. So the sunlight comes in. You can feel the nice warm breezes in the summer and the spring. It's natural light. There's, it's the outdoorness aspect, kind of the shooting noise. You don't have that like shockwave in your face when some douche nozzle who's overcompensating brings in his 45 Desert Eagle. And it's like, dude, you're never going to use that. And so you literally bought that because it's illegal to show off your cock. Okay.
Well,
that's why you brought it, because you wanted to flash us your penis, but you're not allowed to. So this is the next best thing.
Aren't those the ones like when you fire them, you have to like let it kick over your head pretty much because it's like to break your nose?
All I know is, when a guy fires it, he's a douche, but when a girl fires it, she is a treasure. Because giggle physics.
I can live with that. Although the last girl I saw a video of fire one of those things broke her nose. So That's because she held it wrong.
That was poor risk control, yeah.
Right. So
you don't want to take her on a date. Not with that poor risk control.
Well.
Kelly knows what I'm referring to. All right. This is
But,
kinky Christmas night.
And right. I wish. But anywho,
well, we know what we're getting John for Christmas.
Excuse me. I figured. No, I was posting on Facebook earlier this week where I said, okay, like my nieces and my nephew, they wanted to go out sledding, like they were just, And I remember when I was a kid, I hated snow then as much as I hate it now, and I still say, okay, I don't understand what's appealing, but going outside in 20-degree weather to play in literal powdered ice. That's what it is.
You live in Michigan. That's probably why. Like everything.
Yeah, I'm also a black guy, so for the most part,
it's like that scene from Cool Runnings.
Yeah, ice. Thank you. That's what I was thinking.
Ice.
I have to go home and take a warm shot.
You mean igloos and Eskimos and ice?
Yes. Like I don't do ice. I don't do. This is why I will never play hockey. I'm sorry, Kelly, but the thing is just I'm not. I can't. No.
Cool Runnings is a Christmas movie. Didn't it come out in this? That came out in the during Christmas, 1992, didn't it?
I don't know.
In 1992, yeah, but I don't think it was a Christmas movie per se because it was
wintry.
It was winter, but it was not Christmas.
Bobsledding, it had to be. Like the.
What about that?
Yeah, but it's a Canadian
what's
movie,
that?
So it could have been any 9 months of the year.
What's that horror movie with the killer snowman? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
It's horrible. I've watched it. It's bad. It's one of those horror movies you watch because of how bad it is, not because you want to watch a good horror movie.
I love really bad movies because, like, you ever watch like.
It's comically bad. It's horrible.
Have you seen The Room, like that?
Mm-mm. Is that the one where they vote with their hands?
No.
Oh,
The Room is a great movie because it's a funny movie. It's like Shooting the Moon and Hearts, where you just get everything completely so wrong that it's right. Like it's the opposite of Sharknado. See, like Sharknado is a good movie because it knows it's ridiculous and it doesn't take itself seriously. The Room is a movie that is utterly ridiculous, but actually tries to take itself seriously.
Oh, like Swords and Sorcery.
Yeah, basically that. So like it's that. It's a guy. Movie. Apparently, I don't know where he's from. I forget. Actually, apparently James Franco is making a movie about the making of this movie, where he's I don't remember. He's from Eastern Europe somewhere, and he basically thinks he's like this really attractive, like great guy. If you've seen him, he looks like his face was run through a meat grinder. He basically makes a movie that is so unbelievably bad. Like seriously, it is the best worst movie I've ever seen. A friend of mine and I, that's our title that we came up with for it. It's the best worst movie I've ever seen. It's just horrible in every way, so much so that you have to see it. I take it I'm sure if you've seen it, but you have to. It's by a guy named Tommy Wiseau. It's oh my god, it's just wow. I want
to recommend if you guys get going back to board games. If you want to get a board, this I'm not gonna say if I got this or not for anyone, but I have it. I love it. It's called Pandemic. It's a cooperative board game, and it is awesome. It's very hard. I've played it like 3 or 4 times now, and I still have not beaten it.
I play a lot of obscure board games. I was going to say that one.
But you got to wonder, how do you lose a cooperative board game?
Well, you all lose. You either win it, you all win, or you all lose.
Yeah, no, but you would think like, okay, guys, let's all agree to like slide this under the table and like, hey, we won! All right.
There's the game Legendary, and a couple of friends of mine, we do that. Like, we don't do that. We try to actually play by the rules. But the game is supposed to be semi-competitive, but we don't play it that way. So it's like we just cooperate.
No, this game is completely cooperative. So the way it works is you have roll cards. So there's different roles that you can play, and everyone draws a card randomly, and that assigns your role. So you can be like a medic, you can be a coordinator, you can be all these different things. I don't remember off the top of my head. And each person has a special ability that they can use to help facilitate victory. And then you have disease cards, which you draw every turn. And then there's some other parts and pieces. But basically what happens is every turn, different diseases start spreading out throughout the world. And then you have
Who thought of this horrible, awful game?
Oh, it's so good. No, it really is awesome. I love it.
There's this really awesome game where there's like diseases and you got to stop them.
Yeah, you have to come up with cures for the disease. But you can't come up with the cure alone because it'll take too fucking long.
Right. Yeah.
And then everybody dies. So yeah, it's kind of a depressing game when you lose and you really think about it. You're like, we just failed humanity because we could not work together and figure this game out.
I know.
Like, and then everybody got Ebola at the
end. It's really funny, actually. But it's kind of interesting because I had to play it for my MBA. Don't ask. I had to play it for my MBA residency, and it's supposed to teach us about group dynamics and how to like communicate and get along. And I think the point of that was for us to all be at each other's throats. And then he's like, "See, guys, it's not that easy to win as you thought it would be." But actually, all of us really enjoyed it, and we got along. We just sucked at it, so we didn't win. It's really hard, actually.
There's a fun game I played called Illuminati. That's a pretty fun one. Basically, it's basically think every single possible conspiracy theory group that you've ever heard of, and basically you pick a group, and each group has its own like advantage, that like little ability that it has, and your goal is to like take over, like, well, each group has different objectives. So that's kind of the fun thing, is like, you know, each one of them has different objectives, so you kind of have to, but the goal is like taking over different groups. So like, for instance, you can like take over the mafia, or take over like, you know, the Democratic Party or something like that, and you know, because they're for sale.
You guys find the weirdest board game.
It's yeah, we do.
We have like Operation and Monopoly and like.
I want to just point out, John and I are in our 30s. We still play Magic cards.
Yes, absolutely. I was actually just playing that before I came to do this.
Okay, I wouldn't have admitted that, but you know.
I am gonna admit that. I was
actually playing it on my iPad like an hour ago.
I play Magic for the rest of my life. Like,
it's so good.
Of course it is. That's why I play it.
All right, Kelly, you've got two boys, 11 and 6. What are we getting them for Christmas?
Minecraft. Anyway, what?
See, even John knows. Yeah.
I
never have too much Minecraft.
Story mode.
I wanted to get in that game I was telling you about, the Jade Empire, but freaking Canada sucks.
Oh my god! I just remembered something, but it's not board game related.
Okay, what though?
Remember, because again, you mentioned Canada, so I was like, oh yeah, there was a TV show that I was remembering that was. It's set in Canada, and I was Major Crimes. That's what it was called. So it's basically like a crime.
I've never.
It's like a crime drama, but like it's like classes between. Sorry, you'd be surprised what sets off trains of thought in my head. But like,
no, I just am bizarre. It's bizarre because I've never heard of that, and I am from Canada.
We were talking once about how like Canada like doesn't really. I mean, everyone's so nice, and there's really nothing to do with all that. But like, this show actually kind of goes into
I rest my case, Your Honor.
It basically was like this organized crime, like these drug smuggling type things. And Canadian law enforcement like trying to, you know. Catch these like smugglers, but then there's also the friction between Canadian law enforcement and American law enforcement. And I was like, if any of this show is true, then it makes me think Canada is that much more fascinating, shy of the fact that you're in it, Kelly. But like, you know, you're in.
Aww, that was your Christmas gift, Kelly.
But like but yeah, But it was just interesting to me because I was just like, well, this is fascinating then. Because I always thought the relationship between Canada and the U.S. was like, you know, whatever, everybody's happy. It's like, yeah, maybe
We're like the annoying little brother.
You're a hat. It's Canada is America's hat. That's it's decorative.
We are. We're like the annoying little brother. You know, like when you have to go outside and play, and your mom always like, take your little brother with you. That's us. But mom, I said.
That's what I want for Christmas. I want
to go to the UN. Well, no, take your brother.
I want to annex Canada. Can that be my Christmas present?
Trudeau, yeah, I can have.
No. I want to annex Canada. That's going to be my present. Trudeau, we're going to deport to
Quebec. Will you just leave Quebec
alone? No, because we're going to send Quebec to Somalia too.
So can we just take like everything west of Quebec? Then I guess.
Well, I like Quebec actually, but
just not Quebec.
Quebecers.
Yeah, I just don't like Quebecers. Like New York. I love New York. New Yorkers, I hate them.
You realize that I was born in New York,
right? Okay, there are exceptions to the rule.
I'm also a Yankees.
I mean,
take myself a deep.
I mean, I still hate. I'm sorry, John. I still
let me go get you a shovel.
Although to be fair, like what Ted Cruz said in the election about New York values, he's absolutely right.
I think Ted Cruz, instead of trying to be like smarmy and smug in his sarcasm, he should have been more direct and blunt. Be like, "Thank you, New York, for being the assholes we all know that you are. Fuck you."
Like live up to it, right? Like
Well, I mean, there's a joke that I heard about New Yorkers that I really love. Guy, tourist who goes to New York every year. He's visiting a part that he's never been before, and he stops in New Yorker on the way, and he's like, "Hey, can I ask you a question? Can you give me directions to this place I'm trying to visit, or should I just go tell myself to go fuck myself?"
I was gonna say, not to mention, I have to think though that because New York is a place where you have the richest panhandlers in the world. I have to think because. Seriously, the panhandlers.
Oh, Colorado.
Panhandlers driving freaking BMWs. I was like, honestly.
I see guys like panhandling at the Walmart down the street from where I live, and I don't live in like a high roller town. I live like in a fancy, not so fancy rural community that's just outside of Boulder. So all the people that don't want to pay 6-7 figures to live in a shithole that Boulder is, they move to Walmart. But
I love how you call it a rural community.
It's like
a suburb.
Yeah, it's suburban.
It's not rural.
It's like rural suburban.
I have Mennonite parking in my town. I'm rural. You're suburban.
No, you're backwater. That's you're a hick town. That's not the same thing.
That's ironic.
Rural people are classy. They wear the cowboy hats. But anyway. No, but I'll see guys they'll be holding the sign and they'll be like, need help, struggling, anything helps, God bless. And they've got a fucking Bluetooth in their ear, and I like see them playing with their BlackBerry or their iPhone behind the sign, and I'll drive by and see that because they're holding the sign to like traffic that what is parallel to them,
right.
And so I'll just be like, oh, fuck you, you have a BlackBerry, goodbye.
Well, see, here's the thing, like in New York. Like they get creative, like the panhandlers there, but see also because there's a lot of tourists, and see this is why, especially because they're tourists from other parts of the world, and I have to believe European tourists are the easiest marks in the world.
Oh, they're probably like, we don't have homeless people in
right. So they think, oh, they're so pitiful. Look at the American society, these are behind, and I think that New York panhandlers are the biggest middle finger to Europeans in the world. Because that's what they'll do is just deprive them of money. It's like, oh, by the way, the guy that money to because you believe he's a throw off of American society just got in his BMW and went home. So like, yeah, good job there. Good job there, Sven. You just get here.
It's funny. It's bad when, and I see this on my way home from work almost every other day. It's bad is when you see the panhandler with the sign walking back and forth looking for money right under a big metal sign that says, "No panhandling per municipal code, blah, blah, blah." It's like, guys, maybe if you could read, you would
this thing in particular. It was like but the thing is also, However, I met one panhandler in New York that was so creative. I gave him money just because I was impressed at how creative he was, because I'd never seen it before. So like, he stood at a payphone. Yes, they still have those there, and he would basically act like he was on the phone. And then when someone come up, he'd be like, "Oh my God, my conversation's about to end. Quick, give me 50 cents." And then 50 cents, and then he'd wait till you walk far enough away, and then he'd just repeat that process over and over again. And I was like, damn, because normally I'm wise to panhandlers and I don't give them stuff.
That is such a slow way to make money.
You would be not in New York.
Not in New York, yeah.
There's a lot of
how many people are walking by?
Yeah, he got, if you get, because he said, if you get 50 cents and you do this every roughly 5 minutes, okay, so you're getting about $1 every 10 minutes.
Let's assume an 8-hour workday, you know?
Yeah, but this is you just standing there. You don't have to do anything.
No, I'm just saying that let's assume they work 8 hours like normal schleps, right? So that's how many minutes? 60 minutes.
Yeah, so you're getting.
So it's 480 minutes. Divide that by 5. They're getting 90. They're getting 50 cents 96 times. So they're making $48. Yep. Like. That's a lousy. I think that's an idiot.
I'm sure that I would be willing to bet that they get more like 50 cents that they get double that, which for panhandling, I guess is pretty good.
I was making an estimate.
150, $100 a day ain't too bad.
Minutes, you can make a fair amount of money panhandling that way. So I was just like, but people got creative, and also because you have to remember the normal forms of panhandling, people in New York don't give them because they're very wise to them. So they have to go where the tourists are thick. But the ones who go elsewhere, they have to be more creative. Because this guy was in Spanish Harlem. So that's a little different, where people there, you're not getting a lot of tourists. So that being the case, you have to be smart enough to do something that the average New Yorker is not going to catch on to. But he decided to do something like that. So I was like, I'll give him that. Because normally I know, how to tell. But this guy, he got me. So I was like, you know what? I'll give him $1 just for that.
So I had a religion professor who told this story. So I don't remember where he lived, but it was an area with a lot of panhandlers, and so the men in his congregation were concerned because most people, I guess, it was an area where you could walk everywhere. So a lot of people would walk and they'd bump into panhandlers, and they wanted to do something to help them, but they didn't want to just like give out money to people that didn't need it. So they got together, one Sunday school, and they kind of brainstormed. So they decided what they were going to do is they were going to memorize the addresses and kind of the directions from from any point along their commute, their walk to work. They would know based on where they were how to tell you to get to the nearest soup kitchen. Right. Which that takes some time and effort, and that's a genuinely nice thing to do.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many middle fingers we got when we did that.
Because you know that they're not there for, again, it's just like someone taught me when I was like 4 years old. That again, how do you deal with panhandlers? Never give them money. Okay? You offer them food. If they refuse the food, you know what they're there for. So like
I gave a guy a steak once and he complained because it was too rare.
I was
like, are you shitting me?
Excuse me.
It was filet mignon, fucker. All right, that was a nice steak dinner that I was gonna have to throw away anyway, because I had too much food before. So it's like I get the steak, I cut it in half, I eat half of it, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna eat the other half, and I'm not gonna keep it. So I take it with me though because I hate to waste food. And then I see someone's kind of like. And he's like, you guys got any food? Like, because he saw the doggy bag. He's like, you guys got food? I'll take food. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you food. And I give it to him. And he opens it up. He's like, you can't eat steak this rare. What the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? What the hell's wrong with you? First of all, that's exactly how you eat steak. Second of all, literally beggars cannot be choosers. Come on, bro.
It's like in this case, this is literal. It's like, that's normally a cliche, but actually in this case, it's literal. Yeah.
Like, you're welcome.
I was gonna say, if anything, God bless America, right? Even our beggars.
And this is why when Comfortably Smug put out on Twitter the story about San Francisco is using robots to like chase away security robots. It's really funny because they look like
that's fucking hilarious.
They look like those evil robots from Doctor Who. What are those things?
Daleks.
Oh.
They look like Daleks. Yeah. They look like Daleks without the arm thing. It's really funny. Like you look at him, you almost want to hear "Exterminate homeless people! Exterminate homeless people!"
That is really bizarre.
Well, and the story talks about how it uses lasers and sensors, and just this gives you an idea of how fucking horrible a person I am. Is when I realized that by lasers they didn't mean like shooty lasers; they just meant like detection lasers. I was really disappointed.
Well, because that would have been fun.
I was like, oh wow, San Francisco. Oh, they're not. That's not what I think.
You almost made yourself interesting enough for me to come visit.
I was kind of surprised. Like, wow, they're shooting homeless people with lasers. Oh, not those kind of lasers. That sucks. That's kind of disappointing.
I suppose
where's the fun in that?
I thought that they were the people who believed that the homeless were all just products of evil society, and that the goal is to.
It was Ronald Reagan, man. He closed all the insane asylums.
Yeah. Well, I heard something about that. Somebody said recently, like we need to go back to having the asylums and everything.
Yes. But, so I can go and live there.
What?
No. Because then they lobotomize you.
That's okay.
Well.
Oh, come on.
I was gonna make a very snarky comment. I think I've been enough of an asshole for one evening.
I even gonna second that.
I think. Oh wow, thank you. I think I've exceeded my asshole quota for the evening.
Nonsense. I don't think you have no limit.
Well, that's true. This goes up to 11. Okay.
You're on an unlimited asshole plan. So I think you're good. Okay. It doesn't cost you much per month. But you know, I'm pretty sure we can negotiate. So
there's a line. This is another reason why I'm excited to see this movie, Bright. So there's a line this is from the trailer. There's a line where they're
don't give it away.
It's a trailer. It's a trailer. It's already given away. I'm not giving away anything you can't already see. So there's a scene in the trailer where they're getting shot at, him and Will Smith and his partner. And Will Smith asks his partner, he's like, "You got any holes in you?" And the partner's like, "Just the ones I was born with." And then he looks at Will and he's like, "What about you? How are your holes?" And Will's like, "Only you can make a shootout awkward."
That's right up there with
that line alone. I want to watch that movie.
I was gonna say that's right up there.
It's a series, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it?
It's an hour and a half movie.
Oh, okay.
Which is actually kind of disappointing because that would be an awesome series. I would love to watch a spin-off series just from the trailer alone. Like I have not been this excited to see Netflix material since Daredevil came out.
Yeah, I was excited about because most Netflix movies I'm kind of like, eh. All right.
Godless so far. I started watching Godless with my dad, and I got like 2/3 of the way through an episode. And I really liked it. So, I mean, it hooks you. I don't know if it stays that good, but because I haven't watched it since. But
I don't know. Most Netflix movies I'm a little iffy about. But then when I was like, "Whoa, Will Smith, okay, I'm game for that." They started advertising that like a year ago.
Sense8 is garbage. Don't watch it.
But then again, you know what? The only other show that I'm really interested in picking up watching is Stranger Things. Beyond that, honestly, I
got bored.
I heard that was pretty good.
I got bored with it. I watched like 4, maybe 5 episodes in, and I was like,
I saw like 2 episodes, and I liked it. I was like, I'll keep watching it. But then again, like I said, I'm not. There's some shows if you can't get me to watch it at the start, odds are good I'll never watch it. Because like, for instance, like shows like say True Blood or Breaking Bad. I'm sorry, but there was not enough draw there for me to even start. So I just never picked up watching them. It was like, then there's like Game of Thrones. There was nothing to draw me. The only reason I started watching it was because
boobs.
No.
Apparently this is
incest.
No.
Oh well, what's the point?
Don't watch boobs. You just watch porn. Honestly, the thing is just like but no, Game of Thrones.
Mike.
I ended up liking that show. It's actually not that bad. I actually ended up liking it. And yes, the nudity was just like, okay, it's just filler. Okay, whatever. But like, but the show was good. But the only reason I started watching it was because people kept referencing it, and I got tired of not knowing what they were talking about. So I watched it. That's how I got started, and that's how I ended up liking it.
I don't watch a lot of TV. I'll binge watch a show, and then
the only reason I don't watch a lot of TV is because I keep rewatching things I've already seen. Because that's what happens. If I like a show enough, then I'll just go back and watch it again.
I've only done that with like 3 shows. House, which I love. House is I love. You can imagine why I enjoy House.
Yeah, I can imagine why. You may identify.
I can relate. Sans the like drug abuse, I can absolutely relate to him. Stargate SG-1, which I love that show. I haven't finished. I actually haven't watched seasons like 7 through 10. I always get stuck in like season 6 or 7. But I love that show. The fucking MacGyver playing.
Oh yeah.
Was it Jack O'Neill?
You guys know they brought MacGyver back?
They brought MacGyver back. He's like really. Right. He did not age well.
The original one. But they redid it. My parents are like hooked on it. I've never seen it.
I've just heard of it. I haven't seen it, but that would be interesting.
I would love to watch that because he's like a Canadian Jack Bauer.
There you go. That works.
MacGyver is like a Canadian. I mean, he's not actually Canadian, but he's got all the qualities of a Canadian. Very polite. Doesn't use guns.
he just makes things out of. I was gonna say.
Pulls things out of his ass, and it works somehow.
Speaking of Jack Bauer, that's one of the shows I really.
I'm not sure how Canadians do that, but okay.
Hey, look at your prime minister and tell me he's not pulling things out of his ass or putting them there.
Yeah, but you implied that is a good thing, and then you referenced the prime minister.
No, I didn't. I just.
You said Canadian, like because he pulls things out of his ass and it works. Well, when was the last thing that Trudeau has pulled out of his ass? And you're like, yeah.
Well, he's trying. Give him.
No, he's not. His wife is trying.
To feel,
to put things in his ass? Or pull things out?
I was going to say pull things out.
I'm pretty sure his wife carries his balls around in her purse, okay?
Assuming that he had any to carry, but I was going to say that...
well, they're small, like they're marbles.
Her Benoit balls.
Well, I was going to say...
His testicles with Benoit balls.
He seems pretty energetic, and to take a line from Deadpool, like he's been pitching, not catching. So I figured that, that's... like looking good, well rested, like you've been pitching.
Deadpool is a great Christmas movie, except it came out in it's a Valentine's Day movie. That's what that is.
Right.
It's a rom-com.
Yeah,
and yes, technically.
Have you seen Deadpool, Kelly?
We've discussed this. No, I have not.
What the hell?
Deadpool is Canadian.
I know. Why does everybody think that? Like, oh my god, but there's a Canadian in
it. First of all, he's everyone's second favorite Canadian after you. Third, everyone's second Canadian gets pegged. I mean, that's right. No pun intended. And then third.
Well, to be fair, Wolverine is Canadian too.
It's freaking it's Ryan Reynolds.
I'm aware of who it is and where he's from. It's fine.
Anyway,
I've not seen it.
The God's perfect idiot is what he said.
All right, so what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing for Christmas Eve?
I don't know. Unpacking.
No, that's a lousy tradition, Kelly.
My kids are gone this year. They're at their dad's this year for Christmas. So.
Oh, is it the every other year?
Yeah.
Is it every other year?
I actually don't mind it because, like on Christmas Eve, you're always up until like whatever o'clock in the morning, finishing your wrapping or like doing whatever. And I don't have to do that. I can actually sleep in. I can get up on Christmas Day or at whatever time. Like the kids don't come home until like the 27th or the 28th or something like that. So I can go.
So you can come. What you're saying is you can come down to Colorado and have Christmas with your mom.
Yes, with my mom.
Your adoptive mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about. A friend of mine who lives in Colorado just called me earlier today and was telling me I should come out there.
There you go. An ornery young gun's Christmas.
Well, Well,
there
humbug.
might be shooting things.
doing
There definitely will be pizza. My wife hates that tradition, by the way. We have pizza. We have pizza at my parents' Christmas Eve.
On Christmas Eve, yeah, we do something like that too.
And then we usually make our own pizzas at this point. And then this year we're going to change things up. Christmas Day we used to do prime rib. Now we're doing filet mignon.
What in the hell?
That's right, bitches. Be jealous.
Sounds expensive as hell.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but I'm not paying for it. So.
Oh, well, then I guess it doesn't matter. Right?
I'm just gonna eat it. Okay, so.
I've never had that before, honestly.
I've
You've never had filet mignon. Oh.
I've never had it either.
I'm going to make everybody hate me, but I'm not a big steak guy. Okay, I'm just not.
You're fired.
I don't dislike steak. It doesn't mean I won't eat it. It's not my first choice. I'm not a. Give me a good burger.
Bacon wrapped steak, dude, is like the best thing. You cook the steak medium rare. You wrap bacon around it.
Well, you had me at bacon wrapped.
Yeah, everything with bacon on it is better. Like.
Yeah, we're doing filet mignon. I'm so excited because I love prime rib, but filet mignon is fucking amazing. It's like sex in your mouth. Okay, that's what it feels. When you eat filet mignon, if you eat a good filet mignon, it's like sex in your mouth. Okay.
I'll hold you to that. Anyway,
because my dad's gonna cook omelet. My dad cooks omelets for breakfast, and then I think we usually just kind of skip lunch because we have dinner early. So. And it's a huge effing dinner. Like, there's going to be mashed potatoes and veggies and all kinds of tasty things to go on the side. So it's almost like Thanksgiving, except with a turkey, it's filet mignon.
Yeah, but I'm getting more and more accustomed to unorthodox dishes for holidays now. So I was going to say Christmas.
I like my turkey dinner.
Honestly, like I said, for Thanksgiving, I don't think I had turkey. I think we had a little bit.
No, you were saying something about.
Don't fuck with tradition, John.
Butter chicken curry. That's what I had.
Yeah.
Butter chicken curry. We had
I know, right?
a bean mix. I forget what it was. We had like 5 different beans, ground turkey, and it was really nice. It was a big hit. Everybody loved it. But yeah, we make a lot of random things. So like French fries, like homemade, like we cut our own potatoes and everything.
How is that a holiday?
Because we can. That's
like it sounds like he has poutine for Thanksgiving.
I don't think so. Like, poutine is a holiday thing. Like, you can have poutine whenever you want.
I want to try poutine
if you're Canadian. But
she's mad at me because I had my first poutine without her.
And you didn't even have it right. It was like, no, there was other things on it. No,
you can add other things,
but you can't.
Is it poutine? I love the look on your face when you said it.
But you can't.
Exactly.
It's true. It's just fine. It's just not the same. Sorry, you did not. It was wrong.
All right, so Christmas is coming. What are you guys getting me?
I'm broke.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm asking.
I'm just assuming I could. I don't know. Because I'm sorry, every time I think of you,
Kelly's thinking very inappropriate things right now.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking, why would I get you something?
Well, whenever I think of
you know what, just let me have this, okay? It's Christmas, all right? Yeah, my fantasy. What are you getting Christmas me? For me?
What are you getting me?
You're on the show, aren't you? Merry Christmas and happy birthday, fucker. You're still here.
I was gonna say I figure, because when I think of you, I think of guns. It's really hard to avoid that. I'm thinking, yeah, really.
Oh, you meant like pew pew. Okay, I'm sorry.
I know it's very,
John likes it when I flash him my guns.
So yeah, I mean, shy of.
Makes him blush.
You did say ammunition.
I assume he's blushing. It's really hard to tell.
That wasn't I'm blushing. You don't know. You don't know what I'm doing. You're not the boss of me.
And that was our weekend racist joke for the night. Mwah. Good night, everybody.
Brought to you by our token black guy.
Oh, we only do one? Damn. I was gonna say. We gotta keep those rolling.
It's a shame that X isn't here because I had the intro planned out about how you're the token black guy to prove I'm not racist, and she's the token woman to prove that I'm not sexist. And here with us is X to undermine all those claims.
except we don't know. Well, he may not undermine them. We don't know.
Oh, I meant the part about me actually being racist and sexist because he's just going to bring out my.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter. That's right.
He's going to bring out my inner white person.
It's
going to be a white Christmas tonight.
That's just what. Wow. Next, you're going to tell me you're getting your wife a pearl necklace. Anywho.
We almost had a spit take on the show, folks.
Oh God!
I would have expected that from Kelly, not from you.
I'm not gonna explain that one to my mom.
Thanks. That was nice.
I'll explain it to your mom.
No, do not. No.
So, Mrs. John, let me explain something. Your son was being a grade A pervert.
You will explain nothing.
Speaking about my wife like that, how dare you?
You're the one doing it, not me.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
I just put the idea in your head. She should be happy, right? I mean, it's not
I don't... do women... Kelly, we need a female... We need an expert opinion on this. Is this something that women just regularly like decide, I love that?
I'm gonna.
Okay, maybe I'm asking the wrong woman. All right.
Also, I was gonna say maybe.
I retract my request. I retract my question.
I was gonna say I just feel like
talk about a white Christmas. Holy shit. Okay.
Powdery white, not anthrax. But anywho, it's not. But.
And and just like that, the show has gone off the rails. I think it went off the rails like 45 minutes ago.
But
it started out so well. We were talking about Christmas and presents and Christmas assholes.
Kind of stuck around there, more or less.
I've decided after this year, I'm only doing my shopping online. I refuse to go into stores during the holidays.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Because I swear to God, only the shittiest people.
Yeah, like Black
shop. And the frustrating thing is like, okay, I had an excuse this year. Like, I'm in school, I work, I got a newborn, I got a 2-year-old. They're a handful. My wife can't go Christmas shopping with those two by herself. She needs a day when I'm like free, right? But okay, my 2-year-old alone is a handful. She can be a bit of a brat, and it's fine. That happens. You take your kid out and they misbehave, whatever. You discipline them, you yell at them, smack them on the head, whatever. But I swear to God, the dirty looks we get, just because my kid is acting up, not because I'm like actually smacking over the head. I don't do that. But just the dirty looks that we get, like, oh, I can't believe you brought your kids. Oh. Fuck you! I'm shopping for them. Kiss my ass. I'm a good dad.
No, that's a nice thing. Like, when I remember when my kids were small, like, you could take them with you, and it was okay, and they can just like pick out like whatever they gravitated for. You're like, okay, goes in the cart. Christmas shopping done, and then like by the time you get home,
we're actually shopping for my brother and my dad. My dad is the hardest person in the planet to shop for Christmas. First of all, if the man wants something, he just buys it. It's like, hey dad, we got you this like power tool set. He's like, oh cool, I've got like 50 of those. Fuck, come on, Dad, you're supposed to at least give us a list of things you like want that aren't willing that you like aren't going to buy in the next 6 weeks. And that's another thing too. Like, he has very expensive taste. It's like, oh, well, Dad, what would you like? He's like, well, actually, I'd like to get this power saw for my workshop. And you look at it, it's like $600. I'm like, Dad, no, I don't have that kind of money. God damn it. He's a very hard man to shop. He's a very hard man to shop for. I don't think we figured it out. I think we're gonna get him like socks.
There you go.
It's fair.
We told him
like that. I don't know. I'm not used to getting presents or people asking me what I want for Christmas or anything like that. I just give my kids each $10. They go into the dollar store and
Oh, see, my family would hate that. It's this weird thing we do in my family. I don't know why we ask each other for what we want for Christmas, because at the end of the day, we all say, "Well, I'm not going to get that for you." Why not? Because I don't like it. It's like, okay, you're an asshole.
Well, what else? I don't really like. I mean, what else do I do? Like, they can't go shopping by themselves. Like, they're just. I mean, my oldest is just at the age where he can go shopping by himself, and the other part is I don't really give a fuck. Like,
well, I mean that's fine,
right? They just go like, I'm like, but they
that.
legit just want to get mom something for Christmas. I'm like, okay, but I'll give you guys $10 each. You can either combine your money and get.
I would be perfectly okay with money. I have no problem.
No, I give them money.
Those of you that are watching the show, I want money for Christmas. Okay.
You're not listening at all today. You're a terrible listener today.
I'm a terrible listener most days.
Yeah, but today I feel like it's worse than worse.
Today is a day that ends in Y. That's probably it.
Probably could be.
There's nothing wrong with money for Christmas. I'm okay with that. Although if I ask for it, I usually get that's so impersonal.
Yes.
No, I mean.
Well, give me what I want then. Like, you asked me what I wanted, and you said no.
But your dad sounds like a guy who wouldn't be bothered.
My dad doesn't care. Like he's the kind of guy, like, you could buy him a socket wrench and he'd be great. Like he's a very low maintenance guy. Like it's the thought that counts for him. But you still want to get him something that he's actually going to like and use. Like, if all else fails, we just get him Hawaiian shirts.
Well, last year I got giant candy canes from my youngest, that like 3-foot candy canes. So that was pretty cool. So what happens when you say, "Here's $10, go in, you guys."
I know they made them.
The light up ornaments. They're like he was all like, "Here, Mom, can you carry this home, please?" Yes, again.
Christmas to get something edible. Like, I was going to say that honestly, if that were the case,
C's candies. That's the way to go.
Like those, just a few, just giant bulk boxes of fruit snacks, because I always have like cravings for snacks these days.
Fruit roll-ups.
Give me like
fucking cocaine.
10 boxes.
It's fruity flavored cocaine, is what those things are.
Especially the Welch's ones. The Welch's fruit snacks. Those are my favorite.
I just like them when they're chewy. I like, the Gushers. I don't like the liquid center in Gushers. I like the chewy part outside. Fruit candy used to be like Gushers without the liquid center. And then somewhere along the line, we decided that candy had to be healthy. It's fucking candy!
Or gummy savers. Gummy savers are good. I love those.
No, those are gross.
Fruit snacks. What was the other fruit snacks? I don't remember, but I love fruit snacks. This is generally my thing. So.
I want C's candy. My wife hates it. My mom gets us C's candy every year, and I love it. My wife is like, "I don't want it. You throw half of it away." It's like, well, it's because I leave you half because I'm a nice guy.
You don't eat it.
And then you don't eat it, and then you throw it away without telling me. And then they get very upset because that's like a $30, $40 box of chocolate that you just threw away. God damn it. Next year, we're going to do Disney World for Christmas with her family. That I'm actually excited for that, because she was begging me. She's like, "Can we please go to Chile? I miss my family. I haven't been home I haven't been in Chile I haven't done Christmas in Chile forever." I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can get the kind of time off to make that worthwhile. But no, the problem is, look, here's the thing about going to Chile. It's a $1,500 ticket, right? That's like per person, round trip. And then, so if you're going to spend that and then it's like a 20-hour flight, which that's just miserable. We did that this January, and my daughter was too young to buy a seat. They wouldn't let us buy a seat for her. Or if we did, we'd have to pay like the adult price, which was bullshit. So she could ride for free, but she had to ride on our lap. And this like this little sardine can plane that we're riding, and it was a miserable experience. But then we got to spend 3 weeks there. Like, if you're going to go to South America, you don't want to go for like a weekend. That's stupid. You go for like at least 2-3 weeks. Well, that was all my vacation for the year. So I accrued that over like 2 years. So I'm not gonna have that kind of time next Christmas. So we were debating it and discussing it, and then I said, "What if your parents just come here and we go to Disney World? Can we do that?" She's like, "Yes!" I'm like, dodged a bullet on that one, folks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as opposed to like say taking a trip to, again, say New York, because I've been thinking to do that, but occurs to me, staying for 2 or 3 weeks is a horrible idea because there, everything is so expensive that once your stay exceeds about a week, you'd probably be better off leasing an apartment than trying to stay.
That's fair.
Stay in a hotel. So it's like if I stay for 2 weeks, it's like crap. I have to lease an apartment. Then I might as well stay for a month. It's like, you know.
Christmas at Disney World is amazing. My wife and I did that once, just the two of us, and the best vacation we've ever done. So, but that's all the time we have, folks. So, have a Merry Christmas. You won't hear from us until next year. Probably sounds weird to say that. We're hopefully, if all things go well, Kelly, do you want to tell them what we're going to be doing when we come back? It's going to be a big surprise, big New Year surprise.
Well, I guess there's just going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a new website. Hopefully we won't be on YouTube. Hopefully we'll be using some other non-irritating platform. And
she really hates this.
I do a lot. It's not even funny. Ooh, that's what I want for Christmas.
That's the I'm going to murder you smile.
I have a 5-foot freezer now, so that can be arranged.
Okay then.
All right. Well, I'm glad she lives in Canada, and she's closer to you. John's closer to you.
Yeah.
In case you need to indulge in your murderous impulses. Sure. Not that. Granted, it's usually my fault if she has those murderous impulses.
Usually.
She's not gonna.
Well, I mean, there is your, ex. Like I feel
there's room enough for two in there.
Well, we all have exes like that. Well, okay, maybe you don't, but I was going to say, because I've got one of those too.
It's because I'm a good Mormon boy.
Yep, that may very well be it.
That's not it. It's because I was a lonely, awkward individual, right up until the point where I actually met Kemi, and then I blossomed just in time to not chase her away. So I got lucky. I dodged a bunch of bullets because I was just an awkward, dorky teenager. All through my 20s.
All through my 20s. For all 20 years of my teenagers, I was.
All right. So when we come back, are we gonna? Do we want to jazz up, get some excitement, or are we gonna wait and just tell people it's gonna be really awesome? Just come back in January.
So. Yeah.
We promise it'll be awesome. I think it'll be good.
Assuming everything goes well. And
hey, do you have no faith in me? Like
I have absolute faith in you. It's everyone else that kind of lets me down.
The great faith.
Hey, look at the look at the nice little promos I've been doing.
Look at the nice little promo. What are we? It's that kind of show, folks.
Oh my God.
So this is how our viewership goes up.
Exactly.
Whatever works. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what you said. Fine. It's like...
All right. Y'all have a Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah. Or fuck Kwanzaa, because that's not a real holiday.
Thank you.
I
was going to say.
Do Canadians celebrate Christmas?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas then. All right. You guys have a good night.